there, everyone. Robin Moser and Anna Terranova here again on the Tipsy Realtor Season 3.
It's Wednesday, 12:50, liquid lunch.
Exactly. Make sure you eat breakfast on Wednesdays because you want to make sure you got something in your stomach when you start drinking some of these cocktails.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? I just had this idea. Maybe next time we can set up our recipe in advance if people can make with us live.
Ooh, yeah, I would actually really like that because then people, what they can do is they can comment while they're making it with us.
Yes.
And eating lunch with us, drinking lunch with us.
It's drinking lunch.
Drinking lunch with us.
You know what? The Wednesdays are perfect to do drinking lunch because it's always one Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, and we know there's so many great places in the city where people go for lunch and never go back to work.
Well, and the one thing I will say, like today is supposed to be plus 27, so if you can get out onto
Patio,
a patio,
yes,
exactly,
enjoy.
please.
Because it will cool down.
It is the last of our patio days, so don't miss out on that. Okay.
My summer outfit is very short still.
All right, but we're making a cocktail called the Envy today. Now, the Envy is a cocktail to kind of come around to the conversation about how to design your kitchen to make it the envy of your house, because kitchens are always the envy of every social situation. So that's why we're doing the Envy today. So let's start with the cocktail because I've already made Anna's and it looks so much fun.
It looks delicious.
It looks like a super fun drink, I have to say. Okay, here we go. So it's a pretty simple cocktail, not a ton of ingredients, which is always nice. So we're starting with our blue curaçao. So I will tell a story that there is only so much blue curaçao that you can drink. That was from a Mexico trip once.
Oh, yeah.
There is only so much blue curaçao and tequila.
So it kind of feels like it's already in Mexico.
Yeah, it would be a very good...
Tequila, blue curaçao. Is that what you guys drink in Mexico? No? Envy? No envy?
You could. You could. I'm sure you could.
Pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice, which makes it tropical.
So tropical.
I actually think this is a good by the lake kind of drink.
Oh, well, we can just step out outside after this. We do have a fresh bottle of blue curaçao.
Me too. Now shake in the shaker with ice. Always remember your ice in your shaker. Feel like the cotton.
Yeah.
There we go. And we have been chilling our martini glass, which we now pour out.
Yep.
Pour in our drink. Check out that Envy.
Such a beautiful color, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, and I love how...
It's almost Tiffany blue.
I like how the maraschino cherries are so contrasting as a... So, as a garnish, which is what it asks for, is a maraschino cherry. So here,
cherry. Yeah, that's kind of what I do.
So there, here is your Envy.
Ooh.
Envy. Here we go.
2 Envies right here.
2 Envy.
Cheers.
Cheers. Now we try it.
Oh, wow, it's very strong.
I was gonna say I can really smell the tequila in that.
What kind of tequila did you buy?
It's Blanco tequila. See, it's just normal. But that is a strong tequila, and it's only the tequila is 1.5 ounces. The blue curacao or curaçao is 1.
How the cherry goes.
Okay, she's taken one for the team here.
No, it's not much better. It's really strong, guys. Like
So you can see that we don't always drink these drinks beforehand.
No.
I would say more pineapple juice here.
Maybe. Then it's gonna be green.
Yeah, I think we need to dilute this one.
Maybe shake it more. Maybe we're supposed to shake it longer.
It didn't say to shake it that long, but yeah.
And it's on the sweet side, so if you don't like sweet drinks, it's gonna be not your drink.
Yeah, no more pineapple juice doesn't help.
No. You know, I think it sounded really good in theory. Maybe it's cutting with some lime juice. I think it needs an acidity.
You think so?
Yeah, lime juice, definitely more ice, and it's gonna be good, like one of those drinks you can just put in a pitcher.
Yeah. So I think this is the first cocktail I think that we've openly not liked.
I did not enjoy that. It's really sugary and sweet and very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it. But whatever. Let's talk about the kitchens because designing the kitchen also can either bring up the value of the home, give you great functionality, bring the joy of cooking, or the wrong design, wrong colors can totally do opposite effect. You know, people always running into each other. When you're opening your oven, you don't have enough space to do something else. Counter space is so important. So Robin actually found a really amazing article that was done this year.
Yes.
So what we'll
And
be
from Better Home and
talking
Gardens.
is 2022 trends. And I have to be honest, I went through the points. I do not like some of them.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. Well,
Because I like to be in the kitchen by myself as a queen.
yeah. But I
Yeah.
will say this. So I will say showing houses, first of all, obviously the kitchen is the best renovation you can do. They say statistically people buy a house within the first 10 seconds of entering it. And I would say that the kitchen really does sell a house when it comes to a house. Like if you have a beautiful kitchen, people come in and you can hear them ooh and ah and stuff like that. But people really do look at the functionality and a lot of the points that this article brought up. People look at flow, they look at functionality, they look at width of traffic areas.
Yeah.
They really do look at all of these things. So this was actually really great because, you know, these are the kind of things you really should think about when you're either redesigning your kitchen or maybe designing the kitchen for the first time because you're getting the house built.
Yes. Or if you're doing like minor alterations, let's say you have dated kitchen and you're thinking update it somehow before you sell it as well.
Yeah.
Those are some great points. So let's talk about first of the points, those that bring the value, I guess, right? That makes a great kitchen. So lots of counter space. We already
Lots of
mentioned.
counter space.
So people love that,
They
right?
do. And
It-
I always say that the island of any kitchen
yeah.
is the social kind of network, the social hub of your house. So if you've got an island, I'm a huge fan of the fact that your island has to be functional because that is where everyone kind of joins together. And like for us in our house, we actually took our island and we extended it right into our kitchen nook because we found that we weren't using our kitchen nook table because everyone would just sit at our island. So we actually extended the island into the kitchen nook so that we were able to utilize both spaces. And now everyone does sit at the end of the island in the kitchen nook. So now the whole space is utilized, but we have that full
Yeah,
island
and
all the way
I
through.
have seen that in quite a few homes
Yeah.
actually. So it's not something just Robin done. It's
Yeah.
actually a lot of people. I've seen them when they drop the islands as well.
Yeah.
So they make it not the bar seating, but they make a regular dining table extension seating as
Yeah.
well. So it's just a good way because sometimes you not always can put a table in a small nook spaces, but in extending the island gives you actually even more room to sit around.
And that was one way for us to eliminate wasted space, which is actually one of the points that the article brought about, is to, when you're designing your kitchen, make sure that you're eliminating the wasted space in the kitchen that's not being properly utilized. So like one thing I love when I see the islands where they put storage on the back side of the island.
Yeah, that's my island is full storage.
Yeah.
Storage all around.
Yeah, so that's a great way to stop eliminating that wasted space. Again, I'm a huge fan of cabinets all the way to the ceiling because one, you don't have to clean that cabinet ledge. And again, you're eliminating that wasted space that you're not going to be able to utilize. And maybe you're only using it for storage for the items that you don't use all the time, but you're still utilizing that space for storage for the items that you don't use all the time. And maybe you need to have a little ladder in the kitchen, which I do, but that kind of thing.
Stool, some sort. Yes, and again, there are a couple points we were reading about to kind of break it up. Your actually cabinets, which I didn't completely agree with because half of the Calgary is designed with a wall of cabinetry. But I guess the new trend, that's what I said. We are looking at the new trends. Apparently, if you have some cabinets and then you show some wall, it doesn't make a kitchen look so heavy, which opens up the space, and psychologically people can breathe a little bit more better in places when it's not too heavy. But also, I think making your kitchen cabinets lighter can elevate, make it the space look grander, bigger, lighter, and taller. So
But you can do like what you did here, where you broke up your kitchen cabinets with a doorway, right? So cabinets, doorway, cabinets, and then this kind of breaks it up too, because you've got your appliances there, and then more cabinets. So that's another way to break up your kitchen cabinets, with kind of a way to make your kitchen feel bigger and brighter and have more space.
Yeah, when I was actually reading the point about appliances, stock up appliances that you use the most. I have 2 ovens here behind Robin.
I love 2
and
ovens.
it came like that when we bought the home, and it was like the best thing that ever happened to me. I use the 2 ovens all the time.
Oh, I would
Like
too.
let's say I have a dinner party and kids want nothing to do with the elegant food that I cooked. So like fries and chicken nuggets in one, and like roasted veggies in another, and I can cook 2 meals simultaneously. Like Thanksgiving coming up, turkey in one, veggies in another. Again, used all the time.
Absolutely. Now, the other thing is it talks about is finding the right height for the microwave. And that's that's a really personal choice, because I've seen the microwaves in the islands, and I've seen the microwaves up above the stoves, and I've seen the microwaves built in other parts of the kitchen. And it really is a personal choice for people. What is the right height for your microwave? Some people love them in the island. Some people love them not above the stove, and some people love them above the stove.
And some people like to see them, some people don't. My actually is hidden, and it's on the mid side, so it's actually good for everybody, like children and adults to use. Yes, it could be such thing as too high, because I'm a fairly tall. I'm not super tall, but I'm a fairly tall person. So if I cannot reach out and grab my plate comfortably, that's too high, because I'm tippy-toeing and I'm balancing the hot plate with the maybe potentially liquid and spilling all over yourself. And I do not like the too low. That's my least favorite, personally.
Yeah.
I just it looks awkward, and getting the food.
But there are people who like it.
People who like it. And sometimes when you are designing the kitchen, there is no other way to put it. No other space.
And then, of course, direct traffic through the kitchen. So this is where Anna and I absolutely share this idea that the only thing that I would have probably added to my kitchen is like those little things in the airports that's like extend out, and you like put it in and you stop traffic.
Yeah, the lineup separator.
Yes, I would love to put those in my kitchen.
Don't walk in my space.
Yes. So that flow of traffic is really, really important to think about, because as much, so like here, you've got your oven and you've got your stove, and I find and then the sink, and I find that this is where everyone will go when you're cooking, and they do the same thing in my house, because the oven is here and the sink is here, and the fridge is over there, and then everyone travels through, and I'm like, just walk around, and they never do.
Yeah, totally.
I know.
And you know what? My husband and I were doing something in the kitchen. I don't think we were cooking together, but I was cooking and he was doing something. And I chose to be like, so I was on this side of the island, on the opposite. I wasn't even here. Like I was.
Yeah.
And he was still in my face. I was like, I walked away.
But Rob is lovely, and she loves you, Rob. But
But it just, I felt like it's like a magnet, like,
I feel the same.
Stuff with separators. Yeah, like that's it. Look it up. Yeah. I'm cooking now. This is my personal space.
Yeah, no one's allowed in. Now, the other thing is they talked about is designing wide walkways. So this would be a wide walkway. She has a very wide walkway here. Sometimes we've been in kitchen and the walkways are too close.
It does not get better with the second.
No, I know. I'm not even trying. But the walkways, if they're too narrow, and I've seen this again with people where they're like, well, all I can do is I can either open the stove and no one can walk, or I can open the dishwasher or no one can walk. So you want to have that wide walkway that's a little bit bigger. So make sure you put enough space. If you have an island, between your island and the rest of your kitchen cabinet.
Yeah, there are the minimum. Basically, the minimum is like you're able to open the door of the appliance. That's the minimum walkway. And extending that, if you're redesigning the kitchen, making it slightly wider makes a huge difference. You don't even know, you will notice it yourself. Absolutely. Yeah. And you're going to be a lot, there's 2 people can walk this way here. So it makes a huge difference. So people not going to be shuffling and around the kitchen. What are some other things? Organizers, right?
Organizers. I love organizing my kitchen. I know that's super geeky, but little organizing functions for my kitchen is so exciting.
Believe it or not, buyers do open cabinets when they
They do.
look at the home because they want to feel themselves at home.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, so when they want to look to inside of the cabinets to see what kind of shape they are. And when they open, sometimes like it could be surprised. Like when you open where the place should be, you would think, and there is like a whole bunch of spices and storage and whatever. They're like, well, where the plates go?
Well,
Like
and
that's the question. It's like questioning the kitchen right away. Where the plates go?
Well, and the other
Yeah.
thing that's funny too is like even with your walk-in pantries and stuff like that, I'm a huge fan of when people are putting the house up, you have to make sure that the walk-in pantries are organized, the cabinets are organized, and they're not overflowing. Because if they are overflowing, or if your walk-through pantry or walk-in pantry is overflowing, they're going to open it up, and they're going to think there's not enough space because you're already bursting at the steams inside the kitchen. So that's something to think about when you're organizing your kitchen, that sometimes taking that little extra time to make sure it's organized, even for when you're putting it up for sale, isn't a bad idea because of the fact that it will present better. And I know it sounds crazy that they know they're not keeping all of your organizing tricks and stuff like that, but when they buy your home, they're buying the lifestyle that you're projecting your home to be. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
So the other thing is
What do we have?
make recycling easy. That's actually a huge thing, right?
Yeah.
I love the new houses where they all have that garbage drawer,
That's one thing.
recycling.
We do have a space in this island to install it. It's not obviously this house was built before such thing existed, but that's one thing Rob and I constantly talk about installing because
Yeah.
it's so handy
Yeah.
to have all the garbage and recycling kind of installed, concealed, and it has its own space. It's just so easy
Yeah.
to incorporate. Yeah.
Well,
Instead
and
of like having a bucket right here.
one of our
Yeah.
flippers who flips houses, he found this product which I didn't even know existed, and it's for people who have the lazy Susans,
Mm-hmm.
and it actually goes right in that corner cupboard,
Yeah.
and you just turn it, and it's garbage, recycling, compost, and it was so amazing. I thought it was absolutely wonderful. I didn't even know those things existed. What a great use of space. So that could be another way of doing it as well.
Especially if you're still living in one of those like older homes where you have that corner cabinet and you don't know what to do with it. And Lazy Susan recycling is amazing solution for that space.
All right. Well,
Great.
speaking of cool things,
Cool things. Yeah.
it's cool thing time. And you know what's exciting about this one? Is that it's next show. We're giving it away next show.
The prize we're giving away is a liquid pump
The Bar Butler.
for drinks.
Yes, you can put alcohol, you can put beer, you can put juice. But you know what the coolest part about it is you're gonna look like a stellar person sitting there and like making it look so cool. So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So like and share our show.
Because entertainment season is coming.
It is
and
coming.
we would like to entertain. Yes, like, love our show, share, tag your friends, invite your friends and family to watch with us.
Absolutely.
Live or later, and your name will be entered every time you like, love, and share our show on all social media platforms.
So if you really want to win this, which should, then like and share our show lots, as many times as you can. Next show, we're giving it away, so make sure to watch next show. And our next show is the Thanksgiving cocktail because we're coming on to Thanksgiving.
Can you believe it? It's like Thanksgiving, and like I think we're going through such a big change this year in terms of getting back to normal. All the things are getting like I definitely have a lot of things to give.
I do.
My
I like
parents went
normal.
on holiday and unfortunately went sideways for my dad. He got horribly ill, spent 2 months in the hospital. I finally got back them home on Monday. So they made it back, and I'm just so thankful already for that.
Our entire team has been asking her consistently, are they home yet? Are they home yet? So I'm so glad they're home too. They're lovely people.
So that's nice. Yeah.
That is a great thing to be thankful for. I'm glad they're back too.
Yeah, we actually possibly gonna even have a meal together then.
Yay!
Hopefully my dad is well enough to do that. So
that's very exciting. Wow. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to give thanks to our clients because we have had an amazing year and we couldn't have done it without everyone. So we want to tell you all the stories of all the moments that we're so grateful for and so thankful for, and all the clients that have made our year and every year so special.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to have tons and tons. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to go through all that.
We'll do our best.
That's the next show. What else do we have? If you guys still thinking of buying and selling real estate,
which you should.
full market. And Robin has put out some great videos on TikTok and our team Facebook page.
Yes, and
On
LinkedIn.
why you should, reanalyze the market and not get scared of purchasing a home now or purchasing anything really.
Purchasing anything or selling anything.
anything.
Honestly, it is such a great time to buy and sell. And I know you think realtors always say that, but we're usually pretty honest with our clients as to what the risks are.
Yeah. Well, every year has its good time and bad
Exactly.
time, right? We're still in a good time. We have a beautiful weather. People are still out shopping, looking, and there's no snow. So.
And it's so much fun looking at houses with us because we're so much fun.
Yeah, we might make you a drink.
Might make you a cocktail.
Yeah.
All right, so make sure to find us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and that's LinkedIn. Oh, sorry, and Instagram. And we have gotten over our TikTok fear, so we're now on TikTok.
Yes.
And we're posting very readily on TikTok. We're very excited by our
TikToking.
We're TikToking. Yay! We feel very modern now. So please tell your friends, family, trendy. Tell your friends, family, coworkers, anyone and everyone that you know that's looking at buying or selling a house to use myself and Anna Terranova to help them make the best informed decisions possible and the one that's best for them. Call us anytime on the number on the screen or take a look at our website. I hope you guys have a great day and we'll chat with you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.